We have a lot of people from the industry coming, and I think it's important that we reflect on how our industry can generate value for our end users. And it's a broad topic. We can potentially speak about every aspect of the value creation, from supply chain, from the product themselves, from the perceived value of the customer, as well as from the ability we have to embrace new technologies, to embrace new trends like sustainability. So I think the topic was on everyone's lips and mouths. The problem is that there are multiple ways of addressing it, and I think we all have our own definition of what value means. And I think it was an interesting conversation with people from different parts of the value chain, speaking about value, so the additive companies and then lubricant companies like Castrol. We need to accept the challenge that our industry is an old industry, and if we want to express the interest of our industry towards the younger generation, and if we want to work on talent attraction as well as talent retention, we need to articulate the purpose that the individuals joining our industry will have by joining us. And that's all about the value creation we have. That's all about how we can help the manufacturing world get better, how we can embrace the energy transition, how we can embrace sustainability, how we can help the world get there. And the lubricants industry is a big enabler. So the challenge number one will be talent. The challenge number two is supply chain in its broader sense. Supply chain have been disrupted a lot recently. And the way I position it is, we need to stop complaining about it. We need to embrace the challenge and we need to use it as an opportunity. Rethinking supply chain might mean having a different way to look at global supply chain versus regional versus local, by using circularity as an example, which is a way to ensure that there is a local ecosystem around the customer, like a closed pool or even an open pool where you are pulling different customers into a circularity loop. Sustainability takes many angles as well. You can rethink your supply chain because you are enabling sustainable solutions that are generating less waste or consuming less water. So it's not only about the carbon content of the lubricants industry, it's about how do we help the world using less carbon molecules, how do we help the world consuming less water, how do we help the manufacturing industry generating less waste, etc., etc. So the second big challenge is supply chain. And the third one for me definitely is the ability we have to position the lubricants industry as an enabler to the transformation the industry is undergoing, whether it is Industry 4, 5.0, artificial intelligence, predictive maintenance, sensors technology, whether it is new manufacturing techniques, new materials, extending lifetimes, ensuring reliability of assets, whether it is helping them decarbonize, helping them manufacturing, carbon-free steel as an example. The lubricants industry has a big role to play, but we need to articulate that. We need to express to our end users that we can help them get there. And the lubricants industry's sustainability role is way more in helping others reaching their goals than in reaching our own goals, because in the broader sense, lubricants industry is a relatively small volume-wise industry, but we are enabling a lot of people to manufacture things, and that's where our value sits, helping others getting their job better, faster, quicker, and in a more sustainable manner. For Castrol, who is one of the leader company within the lubricants industry, we're actually a quite old company. We celebrated this year in 2024 our 125th anniversary. Wow, that's impressive when you look at it. The question is, how do we move and how do we define what the 125 years to come are going to be? And the way we look at our strategy is three pillars. The first one, we call it onward. Onward means in the automotive world, in the marine industry, we need to keep carrying, delivering product, increase efficiency, ensuring that we can embrace sustainability, re-refined base oil, or other aspect of it in what we are delivering. So thinking solutions more than we think product, and ensuring that we can keep the world moving. And the second pillar, we call it upward. What we have in upward is actually the industrial business. And industry is more resilient from that perspective than the automotive world, disrupted by EV transition as an example. And the industrial world is changing drastically. Industry 4.0, 5.0 transition, IA, sustainability, ask from the industry about many different things, regulations coming to restrict the number of raw materials we can use in our product. So upward, second pillar, helping us being better, helping the industrial customers being better with their manufacturing assets. The third pillar of our strategy is forward. And what we're putting forward is diversification topics. And we have two as we speak. One is around thermal management. That would include data center, immersion cooling fluid that we speak during this event quite a lot. That will include as well the transition of to EV cars and whatever battery technology you might think of that will enable the thermal management fluid to operate. The other part is electric two-wheelers. Not really a topic for Europe, but a topic, especially in Southeast Asia, where potentially the electrification of the two-wheeler park will be a huge enabler for reduction of carbon footprint in India, in Vietnam, in Cambodia, and in other industries. So we are investing. Castrol has announced an investment in a company called Gogoro, that is a battery swap industry for two-wheelers. And that's part of our diversification strategy together with thermal management fluids. Lubricant Expo is a huge fair for us, and actually I do believe this year is the first one we do in Düsseldorf after Essen the previous year. I think it's a clever move, even if I like Essen, it's an industrial hub somehow, but Düsseldorf allows us to be more connected to the airports, actually attract a more international population. The success of the event is reflected in the stands that you can see of all the exhibitors. I think people are investing in making their stands appealing for people to join and engage conversations around the lubricants industry. You have a lot of the suppliers of raw materials, base oils, additives, chemical companies. You have a lot of the lubricants manufacturers. You have customers passing around, distributors of lubricants as exhibitors or passing around to discuss. So I think it's a good industry fair where we can talk to one another, discuss about the challenges we are facing as an industry, and try to start, innovating about the solutions we will bring to these challenges, in opposition to complaining about the challenges that are falling onto us. So a very important event. We are allocating time, resources. A big part of my team, a big part of the Castrol teams are here over 3 days in order to engage with everyone that wants to discuss the topic with us. It looks like people are starting to embrace the challenge of bringing sustainable solutions to our customers. I think it's a broad topic. Everyone has his own definition of what sustainability is or what sustainability should look like. And I think there are infinite possibilities on how this will turn out to be. And that's definitely my first highlight. So we are traditionally an industry talking about efficiency, talking about improvement of what we do, talking about total cost of ownership, talking about challenges about price or global challenges we have in supply chain. But sustainability came up as how do we answer that need, and how do we also ensure that we explain what that would mean for the lubricant sector to propose sustainable solutions for our customer to embrace them and incorporate them into their own sustainability goals. I think the connections between what the lubricant industry can offer to the end user is probably what we need to all as an industry focus on, using and leveraging the fact to be together to ensure that we have a clear definition of what we can bring to the customer.